Good morning, good morning, good morning. So, my name's Susan Churchill. I'm a certified trainer and practice group leader with Spring Forest Qigong, and I'm so happy to be here with you today. Did you ever have one of those days? I found them. Okay, so I'm a couple minutes late because I've been trying to find my glasses, so I just found them. It is hard to find your glasses when you don't have them on. So, hang on one second. I looked for them in all the regular places and didn't find. Oh, Joanna, I had a question for you. Is are you the one who was asking about morning qigong? And if so, just make a mark in there, uh, in the chat, because I can send you that info, or you can email me at the Churchill family. No, not that one. Heart Heals, HEARTHEALS Susan at gmail.com. And oh, you wrote in Messenger? Okay. I have so many places where I find things now that I couldn't find it. So, all right, I will get back to you on that. Thank you. Just send me another one back so it comes back to the top of my list. That'd be awesome. Just a little heart emoji or something. Okay. you're okay. Martha says I always joke about being my hub's seeing eye dog when he can't find his glasses. At least my regular ones. My husband is like that with his reading glasses, and so he's got like six of them, and he never can find one. So I thought today we're always bringing in peace, right? Because that seems to be that's definitely what the world can use, and so oh, okay, Joanne, thanks. And so I was thinking, and then I was realizing that I am in anticipation. I'm in waiting mode for various things in your life happen, and you're just like, okay, I'm waiting. Is this gonna work? La la la. And so I thought, let's bring in peaceful waiting, but having more fun with it. We'll say peaceful anticipation. And of course, now since I thought of that this morning, all I have is the is it Heinz ketchup commercial going through my head saying anticipation. Yes, I don't sing very well, but anyway, so we better get started on our practice instead of me just having fun with us this morning. But I do love having fun with all of you. All right, so we'll get in our um, regular position, feet shoulder hip distance apart, knees gently bent. Feel the connection from the earth all the way up to the heavens and back. And we are going to start bouncing, and let's just bring our hands up right away. So you can bring them up this way, you can bring them up that way, any which way you want. Now, you probably can't see me, but my hands are flapping at the wrists. So you just want to be a little like that. All right, so we have our hands up for our 5 minutes of bouncing with our hands over our head to live to 100. Shelby's singing along. Awesome. Hi, Lynn. Hi, Isabel. Hi, everybody. So here we've made it to Thursday. Wow, another week going by. August is moving along. Can you believe it? So if you happen to see Master Lynn's posts, and I try to pop them in to my Facebook page so you guys can see them. He was talking about this part of the year, which is in Qigong, if I understand correctly, so please correct me if I'm wrong. Um, it's like almost another season, and that's where the stomach, spleen, pancreas, that yellow color, comes in because we have five elements, and we have normally think of 4 seasons. So this end of the summer is the part that's correlated with the stomach, the spleen, the pancreas. That's that organ system, and the color yellow. So he's got a few posts out, quite interesting, about reasons to drink your water, and one being for helping to balance your emotions, because we're in the fire element. Summer is the fire element for our heart, right? And the fire element is color is red. But the fire element also has that ability to go off kilter and go from joy, the fire of joy, to the fire of hatred. So when you get angry, or the news is just frustrating you, or you're just so your fire element gets a little too hot, right? You can help yourself just by drinking water. And when you drink your water, bring in a message, because that's a beautiful characteristic of our water system, which is the kidney system. That messages go through water. You can bless your water. You can have it, in front of you, and you can put your hand over it, and you can send in a message and say, "This is a healing water to heal my anticipation, to bring in peace, to help to heal the restless leg syndrome I have," or whatever. There are so many messages you can put in the water. And when you're in this summer season, the fire element, you have to, it's a good idea to replenish the water, maybe more than you think that you need to. All right, and put those messages in of coolingness. Let's cool off the fire, cool off my frustrations, right? And you might need that when you're driving, because you're driving along, and then sometimes there's one of those days where everybody's driving like a maniac. So just send the intention. Now you don't have water to sprinkle on everybody, but send the intention of sending in the cooling of the water, and sending peace up 5 miles and back 5 miles from where I'm driving. And because all of you have been doing Qigong somewhat, or are interested and like giving it a try, you have the open-mindedness and open-heartedness of trying that out and seeing what happens, right? Okay, so let's take our hands down. I see. Oh, hi, Barbara. Welcome. And come round and round. And well, since we're talking about water, and our body has loads of it, and it's moving through, so let's continue that thought a little bit. Let's release down, and think about how the water is going through, like with your blood system, right? And so, and your digestion and all. So if you can have happy water going through, where you're sending a message of healing, then are you not going to have happy arteries and veins and your digestion system? Instead of putting in, that frustration, because we could feel it, right? So you can just have the word frustration come. When I said that, your frustration, and then I had a vroom, things just kind of sucked in for a second. Then breathe, send the water, peaceful feeling through, and you will expand again. So practice that when you can, and of course practice it if you need to, and then just drink some more water. So that's basically it for the moment. Let's continue our practice though. All right, I am in an even more talkative mood than usual. All right, shoulders come up, and we just lift them up. So we're just lifting our shoulders up, and then head coming back, scrunching back. Tip of the tongues touching the roof of the mouth at this point, connecting the front and back and main energy channels. And then we release down very slowly. So on the physical level, the spine has just caused some pressure to, to bring up spinal fluid and bathe our brain. Let's do that 2 more times. Shoulders up, head goes back. Touch the tip of the tongue still, and continue to breathe if you can. I know when I started, I was like holding my breath, you know. So this is a good exercise to help ourselves to relax, to soften. And then one more time. And this time, bring up the love of the earth, coming up through your whole body and out through the top of your head. So when you're doing this, it's bringing the chi through to help to open up any blockages as well, because that is so magical. Release the shoulders. So a few things. You could do Spring Forest Qigong standing, sitting, or lying down. If you're doing anything and you start to get dizzy, lightheaded, whatnot, sit down, okay? And then when you feel better, you can get back up. So because the chi moves at 100,000 times, according to Master Lin, scientifically proven 100,000 times the speed of light. So if that is the case, which we're saying yes, then when blockages start to break up and move, that chi's going really fast, and that can cause itchiness, other sensations. You could have body movements that you aren't even expecting, and you can get dizzy. So make sure you take care of yourself first. Continue your breathing, because holding the breath. And also, this is a point where you really want to remember to have your knees softened. And he's talked about that before too. So if you have your knees locked, and you could practice this when you're mindful of it, your legs get tired. When they're locked, the chi can't flow through. So we want to just have a little bit of softening throughout the whole day whenever you're standing. So maybe keep that in mind. We've got lots of fun things here for today. All right. So that was our shoulder shrugs. So let's do the rest of our tapping and cupping. We start with the cheekbones. These are the stomach detoxification points. Thank you. Send beautiful yellow light in. And you could tap with your knuckles. You could use your middle finger. I tend to use like a little group of fingers here. And you want to feel that vibration going through the head to the back of your head. And if you feel it back there, then you're doing it enough. So no hammers, no hammer or nailing happening. And then the beginning of the eyebrows, that's the bladder detox. These are the 2, there we go, bladder detoxification points. So when we just do these 2, we're opening up the front and back main energy channels. Cup the top of your head, base of your head. And if I'll say a lot of stuff during the practice, because I like to let people know what's going on. However, if you really want to learn more, then you could take level 1 from Spring Forest. So I don't have any classes in August, but I have a class in September, October, and I think I have a November set up. And there are a lot of certified trainers and teachers that you can take the class from. So find someone who resonates with you and find a date that works. And that'll make your practice that much more powerful, because you'll have some understanding. And also then, we have as teachers, we have time to answer your questions and to show you how to do it. And to watch you when you're doing it as well. I can't watch anybody here. Cup your kidneys. If you live in the Chicago area, I um, I have a new class starting in the fall at Harper Community College. So join me there, and then I can see you in person, which would be awesome. Tap your tailbone, tap your hips. And today, let's cup both sides of the left knee first. So we're cupping, sending, happy, happy, peaceful anticipation vibrations, and then front and back. Okay, now I've said the word vibrations, and I've got another song going through my head. So maybe that's an indication. Let's come up on our toes, down on our heels. Avoid this if you're pregnant. To bring in music today, too. Awesome, that's good. All right. How's everybody doing out there? Good? All right. So what we'll do today is we'll get into as we always do, our preparations for a healing movement, and then we'll do a healing movement, and then we'll harvest the chi and do a little soothing and say, have a happy day. Okay, here we go. All right, so feet are shoulder and hip distance apart, something like that. And if you want a little wider, feel what's right for you. This is all about learning what your body is telling you, as well as what the universe and your soul and everything. I mean, it's amazing. Lining up, we're learning to align our body, mind, spirit, soul. And if you want to know more about my experiences, I have a blurb yesterday, which I posted. All right, so bend your knees, feel the ground underneath your feet, and realize that we are children of the earth. And just feel that loving connection coming up through the body. You have a lower dantian, that's our vitality center, our middle dantian. We feel so warm and fuzzy here. Come all the way through the head, out into the universe. See a beautiful sun there. And feel how you just straighten. You just straighten up. And you don't have to use your shoulders to lift you. They just hang out when they're needed. The elbows come out, stretching the fingers and the toes to stimulate 12 meridians in the body. And then release. And feel your spine straight. Tuck your chin in a little bit to align the neck with the rest of the spine. Smile. Remember, smile stands for start my internal love engine. I have a little 2-minute thing on that posted as well. You might be able to see that and enjoy my rambling as I teach about smiling. And then when you feel that your mind starts to quiet, and if your mind's not quieting, close your eyes and focus on your breathing. Breathe in and out through the nose. Hi, Dorothy. And start to notice that you feel a little bit of a lifting, like you're almost coming off the ground. Your arms are almost rising up. Your eyelids are almost opening, and your lips are almost opening. Even your knees are almost coming up. And that's this Qigong relaxation of being a pine tree at the beginning of the universe, moving into Shen, which is between being and not being. Enjoy that feeling and anticipating more and healing. Let's say the password Master Lin gave us. I am in the universe. The universe is in my body. The universe and I combine together. Connect to what's most divine for you and ask for what you want from your practice today, from your day. Do you have someone or something that concerns you? Pour it in and let the fire element help you to heal it. Awesome. So what we'll do today is the fourth movement from Master Lin's healing um, uh, 5 element practice, that is. And we take our hands like this, so we're putting all our fingers in that shape, and then make a little heart shape. And then we bring our hands up and down a little bit until they kind of hold themselves in place. And you'll know that because there's a little bit of pressure on the fingertips, and they're just going to hang out. You don't have to try to hold them. Then, holding your weight on your left foot, we'll have a wider stance, maybe a half a step wider. I like to bend my knees more here because it's more, I feel more stable. And you can try that and see. So then what we're going to do is we breathe in and we allow our body to drift over to the left side with a maximum of our weight, maximum of 70% of our weight on that leg, because we don't want to overdo. And we're just bringing it over for a few seconds, and then we breathe out and we shift over to the right side. And we hold that for a few seconds, and then you just keep going back and forth. And you might be doing a gliding. You feel like you're just gliding back and forth. And with that, your knees are going to bend more as you glide over. Or maybe you feel more like a wave, and you're kind of going to go up a little bit and then down. And up and down. Or maybe you're going to combine it. You're going to glide one way and come up and around. Whatever you want to do, whatever your body wants to do. And we just want to sink into this movement and discover what it feels like. The interesting thing is you're going to identify a feeling. That might not be the first time you do it. It might be the 600th time. Doesn't matter. But there's going to be some little vibration, some little feeling that you have, and then at some point a realization's going to happen, and you're going to say, wow, that's what contentment feels like for me. Then if you have times when you are having some depression, or a lot of depression, or sadness, or grief, they're so heavy, right? They can be so heavy. And then something inside you says, I remember a sensation called contentment. And you ask for that. You call it back up into your awareness to help to balance that grief, that sadness, that depression. So a little more information on this movement. It's called Connecting with Your Body's Energy. And we're talking about the metal element of the 5 elements. Helps your lung system, which also includes your skin and your large intestine, which I was quite amazed at when I learned that. And the color is white. And you can also use a sound, a chanting sound, if you want it even more powerful. And so with your tongue just kind of hanging up there in the air, so not on the back of your teeth, you can chant C. Breathing in and then chant C. Just softly with a low tone, and see if you can identify, just gently being aware versus trying so hard. When we try, things slip away, like trying to catch a fish with your hands. So just allow your attention to notice what contentment feels like in your body. And those of you who have been with me for a long time, you are probably swaying this way and that way, and absolutely continue to do so. Allow your face to still have that Mona Lisa smile on it. See. And we'll do one more breath, knowing we can have this feeling of contentment anytime we call it up. And then we'll come back to center. And I want you to feel as if you are now, let's look at our chi field, okay? And let's see ourselves totally engulfed in a beautiful white light ball. And it's gentle. We can bring our right foot back in. This gentle light, and feel it just kind of permeating through you, around you. And allow yourself a few moments to feel this is contentment, and say, wow, okay, I'm grateful I can feel contentment. Whether you can feel it in this moment or not, just say that you are grateful for it. And then we're going to see this ball of light and direct it to go into the body behind the navel. So that's the lower dantian. We'll release our hands down, and then what we do is we spin it. So you go and use your mind and spin it, spin it, spin it, faster and faster. It gets smaller and brighter and smaller and brighter as it condenses down into what we call a dan. And that's your body's elixir. And then you tuck it deep behind the navel. So awesome, very beautiful. Now on purpose, I'm taking off my glasses and rubbing my hands together. And rub your face when you're ready. Open your eyes when you're ready, because now we need to bring ourselves back to the present moment. Keeping the contentment with us, but being able to be aware of our surroundings so we can do our day. And as you practice more and more, you'll be able to keep those closer, or it's not quite the right word, but stay more balanced. There we go. We'll go with that way. All right. So remember to drink your water today, and we'll take a big breath in. Imagine you have 10,000 more hands coming out of your body in all directions. The universe is so happy you are there, and it's dropping all these gifts into your arms. You bring your hands together in prayer position, put them on your head to say, yes, I accept these gifts. Bring them down. So we're just kind of like bringing them down into our awareness. And then with gratitude, we're going to share as much as we get. And we say, thank you, thank you, thank you. I send you many, many blessings, and look forward to seeing you again tomorrow. Bye.